Good morning, Standard 2. Today we will be learning a little bit more about comparing lengths in centimeters and millimeters. So I have my samples, my length samples along this line here. So these are what we're going to be comparing. We have 6 centimeter, 6 millimeter, 6 centimeter, 18 millimeter, 57 millimeter, and 66 millimeter. Now we need to remember that 10 millimeter equals 1 centimeter. So we use this when we're trying to compare the lengths. It's easy to compare if they're all in the same unit. I could look at 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter, these are equal. So I have to then look at the millimeter. 6 millimeter, 18 millimeter. This 18 millimeter is bigger than 6 centimeters, so I could automatically go ahead and see that this is bigger than this. But I can also get technical because this is 18 millimeter, and that means there's 1 centimeter here, so this would be 7 centimeter, 8 millimeter. So today I'm going to be showing you how to turn everything into the same unit so that you're able to get a better idea of how to compare them. So let's start off with here. What I'm going to do so that I could compare everything accurately is turn everything into the same unit. So I'm going to turn everything into centimeters and millimeters. That way, when I see 57 millimeter and 66 millimeter, I don't get confused. So if I want to turn this to centimeter and millimeter, it's the same thing that we've been practicing last week. 66 millimeter, this would be 60, okay, this would be 6 cm and 6 mm. So it would be 6 centimeter and 6 millimeter if I was to convert it back, because 60 is 6 cm, right? So that's how this is. Now if I come here and I do the same thing, this is going to be 5 centimeter, 7 millimeter. So I can write that here, 5 cm, 7 millimeter. And then I come to this one. This 18 millimeter is 1 centimeter, 8 millimeter. Now because this is a centimeter, this needs to go over to the centimeter house. So this is actually 7 centimeter, 8 millimeter. And then this one will remain the same, 6 centimeter, 6 millimeter. Now that they are all converted to centimeters and millimeters, it is easier for me to take a look at it and see which one's bigger, which one's smaller, how to arrange it in order. So you can definitely convert all of them to the same units, and then you can go ahead and compare. We could have done this the opposite way. We could have put all of them into millimeter and then we could compare. So I have 6 centimeter, 6 millimeter, 7 centimeter, 8 millimeter, 5 centimeter, 7 millimeter, 6 centimeter, 6 millimeter. Now that I have them converted, I am able to see that this and this is equal. So then my question is asking, which is the longest? Let's take a look. The biggest unit of measurement here is centimeter. So this is the biggest one. This is 7 centimeter, that's 5, that's 6. So the longest would be 7 centimeter, 8 millimeter. And it says, which is the shortest? Okay, well, this is 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 5 centimeter. So that is the shortest. So it's 5 centimeter and 7 millimeter. Now it says arrange in ascending order. Ascending means from the smallest to the biggest. So we already know which one is the shortest, we already know which one is the longest, and we just have to fill out the in between. So we start from the shortest one, that's 5 centimeter, 7 millimeter. Okay. and then we go to the longest. In this case, there are two equals, so they both hold the same weight. They would go right together because this is the shortest, and then we have 6 centimeter, 6 millimeter, 6 centimeter, 6 millimeter. These are equal, so they come right next to each other. They have the same value. And then the largest or the longest is 7 centimeter and 8 millimeter. Okay, so today we're gonna practice a little bit more of this. The first thing you need to do is to convert them to the same unit. That way you can definitely see which one is the longest, which one is the shortest, how to arrange them in correct order. So that's something you can definitely do. And then we're going to be answering questions about which is the longest, and then we're going to be practicing to arrange it in ascending and descending order. Today would be one of the last days we're practicing with this specifically. Tomorrow we're going to be moving on to adding and subtracting in centimeters and millimeters.